Maximizers, welcome to my life. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales so they do not have to hire influencers or run paid ads. I have been creating content since 2018. I started off teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, how to strategically shop to save money. To date, I have been couponing for 17 years. The millionaire version of me coupons. I will not stop couponing as long as coupons are alive and well and able to be swiped and scanned at the stores. So I started this business teaching women how to coupon. And then 2 years into it in 2020, when the pandemic happened, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start side hustles? Can you teach us how to start YouTube channels? Can you teach us how to make more money? Because our jobs aren't promised. It's a pandemic. We don't know what the heck is going on. And we want a way to make more money. And I was like, okay. So, out of a need to satisfy my current clients, I accidentally became a business coach. And of course, as soon as I pressed the live button, my back wants to be itching. Like, no, my back was not itching like for the past 2 hours. And now as soon as I press live, it's like this burning itch in my back. Anywho, I started teaching my clients how to start YouTube channels, how to start businesses. And then my business coach was like, hey, Crystal, you're my star student. Will you come and coach my people? And I was like, I ain't no business coach, but you want me to coach your people? Okay. So for 3 years, I did both. In front of the camera, I was your couponing girl. And it's so funny. I am moving. Okay. I'm moving. And I'm going through all of my old stuff because I promised myself when I moved to this house, I just brought everything and I'll look at it later. But I refuse to do that to my new house. I'm like, I'm literally going through everything. So I'm giving myself time. I still got like 25 more days to go. I'm giving myself time to literally go through everything. And I found my budget planners from 2018, 2019, 2020. I found my very first Krista Maximizer content planners. And when I tell y'all that that version of me, I was literally posting 5 YouTube videos a week. 20 to 30 minutes. I was posting a YouTube video almost every single day. 5 out of 7 days, I was doing a long form between 20 and 45-minute video. And I was just looking at my planner and I had all the little stickers and I was like, I was a psycho back then. But forward facing, I was your couponing girl. That couponing content was coming out without fail. I was posting 5 to 7 videos every single week. And behind the scenes, I was running YouTube coaching programs. I was running side hustle coaching programs. I was teaching women how to perfect the business that they already had and make more money and be more profitable. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And then 2023, I was like, I don't want to do both anymore. I don't want to do both because I want to be able to speak to my audience specifically, and I want to be a business coach. Nothing bad happens when women make more money, more opportunities, more access, more availability. You can do more when you make more money. And I was like, I want to help women make more money. Saving money is great. Saving money is cool. I'll continue to help you save money, but I want to help women make more money. So in 2023, I started my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. So if you're not subscribed to that YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, we're going to see if during my challenge, we can get 40 new subscribers to the YouTube channel. That'll take me to 900. Right now I'm at 860. So my goal I would love to be at 900 subscribers by the end of June. So I started that YouTube channel because I wanted a specific place for women who are starting and growing their businesses. And then I decided I was going to close all of my couponing programs. So in 2024, I closed down my couponing programs. I let go of all my couponing clients. I let go of thousands of dollars of reoccurring revenue in my business because I said I want to be a business coach. But I was going through it in 2024. 2023 almost took me out, and I broke off my engagement for the better. And I was in a very depressed state in my life in the beginning of 2024. Like until September of 2024, I was a hot mess. But I was struggling because I felt like I was an anything business coach. Now, while I had some clients, I did not feel like I had a specific niche that I was helping my clients with. I didn't feel like I had my secret sauce. I felt like there's 50,000 business coaches out there and I'm just one of them. I'm not doing anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm not teaching anything that makes me different. So I said, Crystal, what's your secret sauce? What makes you different? What have you done well? The answer to my question was content. To that day, I had posted over 2,000 YouTube videos between my two channels. I also had gone live over 1,000 times. When I did the math, I've gone live over 1,000 times, whether it's a free live like the one you're watching right now, or when I had my memberships, I would go live 2 to 3 times per week in my membership programs. So I have gone live over 1,000 times. So I said, you know what? Content. I'm a content coach. When I looked at my clients, I helped my clients the most use their content and make more sales, get more consistent with their content, build an audience, be prepared to launch. I said, content is what I do. Content is what built me. And I had to be couponing Chris the Maximizer to build and flex my content muscle in order to be business coach Chris the Maximizer, content coach Chris the Maximizer. Once I decided that I was a content coach, baby, I signed clients every single month. From September to February, September of 2024 to February of 2025, I signed multiple clients every single month. The clarity, the vision, the focus, okay? Then I went to travel for my side hustle for March and April. But I'm here to report I re-signed a client at the end of May. I'm signing another new client right now, and I'm going to sign much more in June because I'm doing a challenge right now. And my goal is to sign 10 clients in the month of June by June 15th. And I know y'all out there and I'm ready for y'all. I got 10 spots. So when I show up and I go live and I do the work and I post my content, I get new clients. I am a content coach. This is what I do. From all of this content that I have created since 2018, I've been able to make over $400,000 in 6 years. I didn't start making money from my content until 2019. So from 2019 to today, I've made over $400,000. I've done 4 and 5 figure brand deals. I've made tens of thousands of dollars from affiliates. I've made over $35,000 just from YouTube, Google AdSense. I've got paid from Instagram. I've got paid from Facebook. I've got paid from TikTok. Of course, I got paid from YouTube. And I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling my coaching programs. I don't sell courses. I don't sell ebooks. I don't sell t-shirts. I sell one-on-one. I sell group. I sell masterclasses. I sell workshops. I sell boot camps. I teach you how to get the results that you desire. Okay? From all of that, I've made $400,000 and counting. Okay? I'm a content coach. That clarity, chef's kiss amazing, has helped me so freaking much. So with all that being said, hi, I'm Crystal and I'm a content coach. And I like to start all of my lives with telling a 5 to 10 minute version of my story. Because one thing I want you to understand in 2025 as a small business owner, your story is important. Your experience is important. What you've done in the past is important and relevant because anybody can show up in the internet and say anything. But if you look at my social media accounts, they speak for themselves. I did not just wake up yesterday and go viral, and now I have a big platform so people are listening to me. Consistency built Chris the Maximizer. I can think of 2 videos off the top of my head, one on YouTube that has 200,000 views, one on TikTok that has 450,000 views. Those are the only big view videos. Now I have a couple TikToks that hit 100,000. I have a lot of TikToks that are in the 10,000s. I have a lot of YouTube videos that are between 5,000 and 10,000 views. I am not an overnight success. I have been grinding and posting on these YouTube streets since 2018. Consistency built Chris the Maximizer. And tonight, I want to talk to you about making time to create content because I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars from my content, and I've made money all the ways that you can make money from social media. Brand deals, affiliates, selling your own products and services, and earning money directly from the platform. I've done it all. I've done it all. How are you? Hey, Coco Beauty. I am doing well. I am feeling good. I'm running my challenge right now. I'm doing a 15K and 15-day challenge. My goal is to make 15K by June 15th. And right now we only have, I wrote it down, $9,700 to go, if I'm not mistaken. So we're under 10K right now. We need to make under 10K, right around 10K, to get me to my 15K goal. And I have 2 coaching programs available. I have my 9-month one-on-one coaching, and I have my 90-minute content strategy session. Extended payment plans are available for both of them. The one-time content strategy session is for you if you want to create your next 30 days worth of content. I'll help you come up with your content ideas. I'll help you outline your content. I'll help you come up with your sales emails. I'll also help you come up with your calls to action. Payment plan available. It's $350. You leave with a Google Doc and the replay of your strategy session. Then my 9-month program, that is when you actually go deep and do the work, and I'll walk you through the process. So it's content, consistency, and cash coaching. First 3 months, we focus on your content, getting you to creating 30 days at a time, getting you to consistently show up and post, getting you to build your business awareness online on your main social media platform. That's the first 3 months. The second 3 months is all about consistency, showing up on social media, showing up in your business, consistency of being able to have your products and services aligned with you, your prices aligned with you, everything that you need to do in your business on the back end to get prepared for the third step, which is cash, which the last 3 months is when I teach you how to sell your ass off. This is where you're going to launch your products or services or relaunch them. And I'm going to teach you how to sell without saying bye. I'm going to teach you how to sell on social media without feeling like a used car salesman. I'm going to teach you to make consistent money on social media. That's what we do in the last 3 months. So that's my 9-month one-on-one coaching program. And that program is $4,500. And I do have payment plans available for that as well. You can do an in-house payment plan, or you can use Klarna or Affirm. And you can do, like, if you want to break it up into 24 months, you can break it up into 24 months. But my goal is to help you get to that money and make a consistent $2,000 per month in my 9-month coaching program. So if you've been thinking about working with me, now is the time. All you got to do is go to my email, go to my website, KristenMaximizer.com, join my email list, and sign up for a free sales call. We have the sales call. We assess, do you need a one-time session? You're good to go. Or do you need the 9 months? And I might even create a custom package for you if need be. If you're like, hey, Crystal, my budget is $400. What kind of coaching can you give me? I got you. I got you. I am here to help you make money. And in the midst of my challenge, your girl is trying to get the clients in. I'm trying to book 10 clients this month. Okay. So anywho, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling so damn good right now. I'm so excited for where I am in business and in life. Did I tell y'all that I'm moving? And I'm moving to a brand new house. It's new construction. No one's ever lived there. And it's freaking 4 bedrooms, but I only told the Lord I wanted 3. I'm so happy. Hey, Liv, I'm so excited about your challenge. Me too. And I'm so excited that we're under 10K right now. We are under 10K towards the challenge. And I did sign a new client. I'm waiting for her to pay her first invoice before I put her officially on the board. But I had a sales call and she said yes. So that freaking counts, right? I had another client re-sign for another 9 months. So that also counts, right? And we are going to sign 10 more clients this month. Well, I guess 9 because she counts as 1. We're gonna sign 9 more clients. Okay. So I have 6 spots available for my 90-minute strategy session, and I have 4 spots available for my 9-month one-on-one coaching. Okay. So I'm feeling very excited. Thank you so much for asking. So before I dig into my topics, I want you all to let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And since we're talking about business, I want to know what your business is in the comments. So where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And what's your business? Hey, Keisha. Keisha's watching from YouTube, and she says your challenge is inspiring. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to hear that. So my challenge is inspired by Rachel Rodgers. She wrote this book, We Should All Be Millionaires. If you have not read this book and you are a woman, I don't care if you're a business owner, you got a 9-to-5, you're a stay-at-home mom, I need you to read We Should All Be Millionaires. Go get it on Audible. Go order it from your favorite bookstore. We Should All Be Millionaires. we should all be millionaires, you should be reading this book. So in this book, I think it's in the last chapter, it's called Make Money Now. She talks about a 10K in 10 days challenge, but she also says modify it. So if you need to do less, 5K in 10 days, whatever. I modified mine to 15K and I gave myself 18 days. Now 15K in 15 days sounds so much better. So I was like, by June 15th, I need this money. Okay. By June 15th, I need this money. So go read this book. I've read this book 3 times. It has, and I've listened to it once. This book has been so helpful for me. And whenever I feel like I need a little boost, I go read it. Okay. All right. So High Point, North Carolina. Hey, Mona. Atlanta, Georgia. I want to do content creation on my kidney journey. Okay. So let's get started. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Let's freaking do it. Like I said, I have custom packages available. My custom packages start at $250 per month. But honestly, if you really want the best results, the 9-month one-on-one coaching is going to be the best fit for anyone who's looking for longevity, who's looking for support, accountability, encouragement. And like I said, we have extended payment plans. Now is the time to get started in your business. This is the month where I hard sell, and I usually don't hard sell, but I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to help you. And once you realize, once you take the leap and get the help, you'll feel better. Now, if I'm not the coach that you want to help you, I'm totally fine with that. Go get the help that you need. Thank you so much for these gifts. But waiting is not going to serve you. So let me tell y'all a quick story, and then we're going to talk about making time for content in your business. But please feel free to drop all of your questions in the comments. I'm riled up. I'm also going live every day of this challenge. So it's day 6 of the challenge. I've been live for 6 days in a row. And it's been a while since I've gone live 6 days in a row because I was on the road for my second side hustle for 2.5 months. And I went live like 3 times in 2 months because when I say we were on the road, we were on the road. Like I was barely getting days off. Like full days off. But anywho, I'm going to tell you the story about my very first business coach that I worked with. And I want to say I worked with her for 4 or 5 years. Okay. Liv says, Chicago, Illinois. Hey, from Chicago, started my podcast, and I'm going to offer soul care coaching and a course membership. Finally, I'm getting started. That's amazing. Well, you know I'm here if you want to get some help and support with that. Definitely would love to help you get things going. So let me tell you about the story when I hired my first business coach. Okay, so when I started my business, I started just a YouTube channel. Okay, I started off as a content creator, and I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. I knew I wanted to eventually have a business, but I didn't know what that business was going to look like. I started my YouTube channel teaching women how to coupon because I had 10 years of couponing experience. It's something that I was going to do anyway, and I was sick and tired to death of people asking me how to coupon. So I told myself, I know YouTube pays people. I don't know how it works. I don't know crap about YouTube, but I'm going to just start posting, and hopefully within the first year, YouTube will pay me. I was monetized in 4 months. Started in August 19th, 2018, one of the best days of my life. And I was monetized and got my first check January 21st of 2019. I was monetized in 4 freaking months, okay? I was able to get ads on my videos. I was monetized by November. The ads took place in December. I got my first check in January. So I'm just running this YouTube channel. I get fired. Get out, girl. Peace out. On my 1-year YouTube anniversary. I had just hit 1 million views on my channel. And at this point, I had a $5 membership via Patreon. Like literally, I was charging people $5. And at that point, I had 11 years of couponing experience and I was charging $5. You cannot be out here charging $5. You cannot undercharge. When you know your shit and you have years of experience, nobody should be charging $5 for nothing right now. I'm just being honest. The way inflation is, like, you can't get 2 gallons of gas for $5. Okay. So, anywho, I was charging $5 and I had a $5 membership. That's the only thing I was selling. And I was working on my first course. By the way, I only made $1,000 selling my first course. I sold my first course for $99 and 10 people bought it. And I thought I was I made $1,000. Anywho, I got fired in August and I went full time in my business. I had no idea what I was doing. So a business coach that I had been following on Instagram, I can't even remember how I followed her. She was doing an in-person event literally in my city. Like if I kept straight down a road, she was at the hotel that like I drove by every day. So I said, I have to go to this. And I bought a ticket and I bought a VIP ticket. The VIP ticket was $500 and I stayed at some rinky dink hotel and I got my dad to watch Kinsley because I was like, I want to be fully immersed. I don't want to have to go home and be mommy. I want to be fully immersed in the experience. And I'm a conference junkie. I go and that conference single-handedly helped to change my life. So I paid $500. I paid a couple hundred for a hotel and I paid for my dad's flight to come to Florida to watch Kinsley. At that conference, on day one, the coach called me to the stage and she coached the life out of me. I'd never been business coached like that ever. And I had been in a couple programs. I was worked with an executive coach, but no one ever coached me the way that she did. And it was like so effortless. I was like, damn. So she coached me, blew my mind. The second day she tells me like, I need to raise my prices. And I about pooped my pants. I'm charging $5 a month. Okay. The second day, she opens up her coaching offers. Her 6-month program was $7,500. She had it on sale for $6,000, 6 payments of $1,000. And I was like, fuck. I know what she is teaching I need. She had made $1 million online. At this point, there was no coupon coach that I could go to for them to teach me couponing and business. So I said, I need to go to a business coach that can teach me online business and I can tweak it to couponing. If this makes sense, type yes in the comments. If this makes sense, tap the screen. This makes sense, type yes in the comments. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense, okay? So I was like, what she's teaching, I need. I need it. I need to learn from someone. So I scraped together that first $1,000 and I said, sweet baby Jesus, I'm going to need you to help me figure out where I'm going to get these other $5,000 from. But I need what she's selling. My rent in 2019 was $1,034. This woman wanted me to pay her $1,000. I was like, shit, this is my rent. But I did it. 2 weeks later, after paying that $1,000, I hadn't even got on a coaching call yet. Okay. I made $3,000 on my first Black Friday. So I made my $1,000 back. I made my $1,000 for December. And I told myself I made a little extra $1,000. And I made that $3,000 from the coaching that she gave me on stage that I paid that $500 for. So I essentially got my money back for that VIP ticket I paid for, got my money back from that first $1,000. I had $1,000 for December, and I had $500 more. You feel me? So I was like, my mind was blown. So every month I found the $1,000. Every month I focused. I doubled my income the first year I worked with her. Now I was full-time in my business, but I doubled my income. I learned so much around mindset. I feel like I would have eventually learned those things, but it was like a fast track of being able to learn from her. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok if this makes sense. I was scared out of my mind. I didn't know where the money was coming from, but I trusted myself to do everything that she said. I'll try everything once. If it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me, but I at least have to try. And for $1,000, I watched every course. I went to every call. I did everything that she asked of me. And it completely changed my life. And I ended up working with her until 2023, I want to say. So 4 years I worked with her. Life-changing experience. Absolutely. And I doubled. And I had my first 6-figure year in 2022. Like a calendar year, I made 6 figures. Like, mind blown. So I'm saying all this to say, if you're scared, if you're wondering if you can do it, you have to decide and say, and this goes right perfect into what I'm about to teach y'all. You have to decide, my business is important. It's a priority. Am I willing to do things that are a little bit uncomfortable, that are a little bit scary to get what I want? Am I willing to do the work? If you don't want to do the work, stop your business right now. Because no matter what business you have, it's going to take work, hard work. And it may be a little bit before you actually get paid for it, right? So this brings me right into making time to create content for your business. Remember, I told y'all I've made $400,000 in my business, and it all has come from content. I've only spent $500 on ads, and those ads did not give me a return on investment. So I've made $400,000 from organic content. All those brand deals I did, they came to me. I never reached out to a brand first like, hey, can we do? No, they all came to me because they seen my YouTube. They seen my TikTok. The first time I was on the news, I had reached out to them and gave them my information. The rest of the time, the people that found me from the news, they found me through my content. So you want to make time to create content for your business. So let's dig into these tips. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, okay? Just like I said, you got to decide that your business is important. That's tip number 1. In order to make time to create content for your business, you need to decide that your business is important. Your business is number 1. Your content creation is number 2. You are a business owner first, a content creator second. If all you're doing is content creation, like I'm a content creator, cool, that's fine. But if you have a product or a service that you're selling, you're a business owner first, a content creator second. If your business is not important to you, if your business is not a priority to you, you will not get the results that you desire. You will not make money if your business is not important. If you treat it like a back burner, it's going to give you back burner money. If you treat it like it's not important, it won't be important. If it's not a priority, you won't make sales, okay? My second tip for you is you need a calendar to plan. You cannot be planning your content just randomly in a notebook and a piece of paper. Now, if you have a content planner, cool, but I highly suggest you have a calendar. I plan my content in Airtable, and I literally just went through a mini tutorial with one of my clients that I just had a coaching call with. It like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I just walked her through and showed her what my Airtable looks like. But you need a calendar to plan. I want you to open up a calendar for June. It's June 3rd right now. By Friday, you should have your content plan for the month, knowing what videos you're doing. Okay? On a calendar. So I look at the calendar, and I think I'm going to overstep some of the things I'm sharing on here. How many times are you posting per week? Put the exact days of your posts on the calendar so that you can see it. Okay? You also need to put on your calendar time to work on your content. So I just talked to my client about this as well. If your business is a side hustle, meaning you have a 9 to 5, you should be working 7 to 10 hours per week on your business. 1 hour per day and 2 to 3 hours on one of your days off. So 7 to 10 hours per week. So on your calendar, work on my business from 8 to 9 a.m. Okay. And then you're posting Wednesday, Friday, Sunday is your posting schedule, just for example. All of that should be on your calendar. Thank you, Muna. You need a content planning calendar. Okay. Muna says, don't do paper. You won't have it with you all the time. I agree. When I started, and I still do, I write out my brain dump. Like even over here from March, I made a little content section, and this is everything I needed to do for my content. Okay. And not necessarily my content topics, but it's what I need to do. I write all of this down on paper, and then I transcribe it onto electronic, because I don't bring this notebook with me all the time. And I learned really quickly, because I don't bring this notebook with me all the time, If all of my ideas are in the notebook, I can't pull it up on my phone. I can't pull it up on my laptop. And if you got an iPad, you can't pull it up on your iPad or your tablet. My stuff in Airtable, I can log into Airtable on any device. It's on both my phones and it's on my laptop. I can get in and see my content at any times. Okay? So if making time is an issue for you, I want you to do, which is my next tip, audit your time. What do you mean, Crystal? I want you to get a paper out. And for the next 24 hours, 48 hours actually, I want you to write out how you're spending your time in your life and your business. You will be surprised. I want you to look at your screen time. I don't know if Android has this, but Apple people, look at your screen time. How much time are you spending on TikTok? How much time are you spending on Instagram? How much time are you spending on Facebook? How much time are you spending on Snapchat? How much time are you spending watching YouTube videos? Unproductive. Hi. Unproductive time. How much time are you spending shooting the breeze on the phone? How much time are you spending binge watching Netflix TV shows? I'm not saying not to watch your shows, but do you really need to watch 3 hours a day? Does this make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. I want you for 48 hours to look and see where you are spending your time. Put in your commuting time, put in your scrolling time. Go look at your screen time on your iPhone. I was just talking to my client about this. It's no excuse for me not to be working 20 hours in my business if I've been on TikTok for 15 hours in a week. There are weeks where my TikTok screen time says a lot more than 15 hours. And I'd be embarrassed and pissed off with myself because it's no excuse for that. Does this make sense? Yes or no? If I can scroll aimlessly, I can work 20 hours in my business. If you can spend 3 hours a day on social media scrolling aimlessly, like not posting content, not responding to comments, not watching something important, if you're scrolling aimlessly for hours a day, it's no reason why you're not spending 1 hour a day on your business. Bye. Okay. And you're just gonna put them in the recycle bin. Okay.
I brought the recycle bin.
Okay. You're gonna be able to carry it back down? Okay.
It was empty when I got it.
I know, but when you fill it up, it might be heavy.
Bye.
Bye. Where are you spending your time? I want you to do this time audit and I want you to be real with yourself. Because that's what I do with me. Okay. I need to do a little bit of a time audit, but I also track all my time. Okay. I use an app called Toggl. 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 I'm tracking myself right now. I've been live for 34 minutes and 29 seconds. So far today in my business, I've worked, it's Tuesday, 4 hours and 50 minutes in counting. And I spent 3 hours packing up the house, which is important because, like I said, I got 25 days total to pack between now and my July moving date. So every day I need to be spending 2 to 3 hours working on something, cleaning out something, doing something. We are really productive today. All my tote bins from the garage, except for one, is cleaned out, sorted, organized, and I'm working on the last one from the garage now. Then I'll move to the totes that are inside, right? I track my time. So I see exactly where I'm spending my time. I know exactly what I've done in my business every day, and everything's categorized, okay? Look at your time and see how you're spending it. Any time that's wasteful, now I'm not saying don't scroll because we all need a good scroll, okay? Get your scroll in. But any time that is wasteful, you need to do next tip, reallocate that time for your business. So if we use my suggested time of 7 to 10 hours per week, if you're spending 3 hours, 4 days a week watching Netflix, okay, maybe you watch 2 episodes, not 4 episodes. So that right there can give you 90 minutes of your time back. Does this make sense? Yes or no? That gives you 90 minutes 3 times a week to work on your business. That's almost 5 hours just from not watching Netflix. If you look at your scrolling time and you're spending 20 hours a week on social media, cut it back by half. So give yourself 2 hours a day to scroll instead of the 4 hours that you've been scrolling. Okay. And then in those 2 hours, work on your business. You literally had just found about 12-ish hours just from not watching Netflix 3 times a week and reducing your scrolling time by half. Put it on your calendar. Work blocks on your calendar. You're going to split your time between planning, producing, creating, and filming your content. There's other things you need to do in your business as well. Every day cannot be a content day. You should not be recording videos every single day. So what I do is allocate specific time to do each thing. So I choose my topics, I outline my topics, then I record my content, then I edit and schedule. That's not happening on the same day, and it's not even happening on the same week. 1 week I do topics, 1 week I do outlines, 1 week I do recording, and then I edit every single week. Does this make sense? Yes or no? In the comments, let me know. If this makes sense on TikTok, tap the screen, please. I see y'all watching. Let me know if this makes sense on TikTok. If this makes sense on YouTube and Facebook, please give me a yes in the comments. Okay? Don't try to do or every day recording a video, editing, and upload it. Exhausting. Don't do that. I have a crap ton of videos on my channel where I teach you how to plan, batch, and schedule your content for 30 days at a time. That's what I work with my clients to get to. We're not nickel and diming one video here, one video there. We're going to batch it out for the whole month, okay? So you're going to allocate time each week, decide your topics, outline your topics, come up with your graphics, record your content, edit your content. If you don't know how much time it's going to take, track your time. Download Toggl, okay? One example I'll give you based on my experience, it takes me 1 to 2 hours to decide and outline a month's worth of content. It takes me 4 to 5 hours to record the content, sometimes less. It takes me 3 to 4 hours to edit, upload, and schedule. So for the month, I only need 10 to 12 hours for content. 4 to 5 hours to record is a lot, especially if Instagram is your platform and your videos are only like 3 minutes long. Like, you don't need 4 to 5 hours. If you're making 12 3-minute videos, that's 36 minutes. You need 2 hours max to record that. Okay? 4 hours max to edit that. It's not going to take you a long time to do that. Okay? This is how you make time to create content. You have to be intentional and you have to put the time on your calendar. If you leave it for the last minute, it will be last minute. Okay? If you leave it till the last minute, it will be last minute. If you don't plan this out on your calendar, you won't have time for it. Just talked about this with my client. She was like, I need to put it on my calendar. I'm like, you need to put it on your calendar. Just like how our coaching calls on your calendar, you need to show up for yourself, for your content and your business in the same fashion. Okay? So these are my tips for helping you make time to create your content. Y'all have been a little quiet, but I'm going to open the floor for questions. If you don't have any questions, can you let me know, was this helpful, yes or no? If you don't have any questions, let me know, was this helpful, yes or no? Otherwise, I want to open the floor for questions. One question I always get, what platform should I be creating content on? As a business owner, you want to, or anybody, period, you want to figure out where are your ideal clients and what platform do you want to be on? Whatever that intersection is, that's the platform you want to be on. Okay? What platform do you want to create content on? My main platform is YouTube. So I suggest for everybody, one main platform and one secondary platform. Please don't start off your business or your content creating journey thinking that you need to be on every platform all the time. That's exhausting. You will burn out. It's not sustainable long term. So I plan everything for YouTube. Now, my short videos, I decided to start doing, because I'm a YouTube long form girly. So I post one long form video per week for YouTube. And then I go live about 16 times per month is my goal. And I recently this year started doing day in the lives. Since January, I have been recording them. The reason why I did that is that I've been doing this for 7 years. And I was talking to my sister and I said, I'm going to do an audit to see where I'm leaving money on the table. Like almost all of my platforms are monetized except for my business YouTube channel. But at that point, I had TikTok, I had YouTube, and Facebook and Instagram signed me up for a bonus. I said, I'm leaving money on the table. What can I do to maximize the platforms that are already monetized and make a few extra dollars? Like I had the time. Time is on my side. I make my own schedule. I have unlimited time, essentially. There's no time crunch for me. Only when I'm on the road is my time limited. But that's 2.5 months out of 12. Okay. I told my sister, I was like, I can work 20, even if it takes me an extra 5 hours a week, I can work an extra 5 hours, still work 25 hours a week. Like that's still nothing in comparison to past versions of me who worked 50, 60 hours a week. Right. So I said, you know what? I think I want to do day in the lives. I think I want to do shorts because YouTube is pushing shorts. YouTube is my main platform. So I said, what if I do day in the life content? I had been watching day in the life content. I enjoy day in the life content. And I said, what if I do my version of day in life content where I actually tell a story versus, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. That's how I used to vlog and I hated it. But now I just live my life with the camera on and then I go back and tell the story later. I freaking love it. I love it. So when I make the day in the life, it's made for YouTube. But I post that day in the life on both of my YouTube channels, which I was like, I'm not even posting this on my monetized channel. I was only posting it on my business channel because my plan is to nurture and bring in an audience of business owners and side hustlers so that I can help them with their business. But I was like, I'm not even posting these on my couponing channel, but it's on my to-do list for this week. Post on both YouTube channels. I post on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That same day in the life, I posted on all platforms. I do all of my recording on my phone. I edit an InShot. Then I take that video from InShot and I post it on all platforms. But that's only because I've been doing this for 7 years. When I first started, I only created for YouTube. And I would go to Facebook and Instagram and say, hey, I just posted a video on YouTube. Go watch it on my YouTube channel. That's all I did. So for you starting off, focus on one main platform and then repost and repurpose to your secondary platform. When I go live on all my platforms. I'm live on 5 platforms right now. Because it doesn't cost me anything extra to go live everywhere. Okay, Instagram comment from Liv. What do you recommend for podcasting? I remember you had one. Do you still make money from your podcast? Have you thought about using the audio from your YouTube videos and turning them into episodes? Awesome. So for podcasting, I also record all my podcasts on my phone. I have a pop filter. I edit my podcasts. I have not edited. So I'm going to need a new editing software, but I used to use I used to use Audacity, but Apple has GarageBand that I'll probably use and I'll figure something else out. Have I thought about using the audio from my YouTube and turn it into episodes? No. I am the person that believes you need to create the content for the platform it's supposed to be on. The way I talk on my podcast is a little different than the way that I talk on YouTube. Actually, it's a lot different. My long form YouTube videos, I am more, I don't want to say professional, but I'm less slingy in my long form YouTube videos versus on my podcast. I'm talking all the shit and I can cuss on my podcast unfiltered. So no, I wouldn't do that. Just like I don't like to take a YouTube video that's horizontal and cut it vertically and post the clips on TikTok or Instagram. I don't like to do that. I would much rather re-record a portion of my content for a vertical platform. Now, my TikTok live replays that it automatically generates for me, I'll post them everywhere because this is a live that I was talking to you and you know it's a live replay. But to take a horizontal video and cut it, I don't like that. To take the audio from a YouTube video and put it on my podcast, I don't like that either. But that's my personal choice. I know people that do that. It works well for them. I've listened to a couple of podcasts where it wasn't a YouTube video audio, but it was their live audio. Now, if anything, my live audios are probably were good as podcasts. but I like to re-record mine authentically. As far as making money from my podcast, no. I did one brand deal in the 2 years that I had my podcast. I didn't make money from my podcast from a platform. Did I get sales of clients from my podcast? Yes. But as far as like a platform paying me, as far as me getting ads, I did one brand deal for my podcast. And everything else was I told people about my services that I'm selling. They heard me on the podcast and they signed up. I'm using a free version of Riverside for podcast editing. I'm probably going to use Descript because I used Descript before in the past. I had a free trial for it and my VA used to use it. So I'll probably use that. I do plan on relaunching my podcast this fall. I was going to launch it for my anniversary, but with my move, that just feels a little bit too tight. So my plan is to relaunch my podcast this fall with a brand new name, updated graphics. Because I shied away so long from a general podcast. Now it's going to be a business podcast. And I feel like I have the perfect name for it. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to use Descript. And I know it costs, but I'd rather pay and have that version of it. Awesome. You said you use it for a client. Yeah. So I used it briefly and I was like, I'm going to use that again. But that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Does anybody else have any other questions for me? Those are great questions. Yeah, you should be. I'm super happy for you to be finally getting your business started. And like I said, I'm in hard sales mode. So if you want help and support, just go ahead and book a sales call and let's chat about what working together could look like in this new stage that you're in to help you get to that next level and then get all of these questions answered. Because I don't think when we worked together before I had Voxer available. So it's a little bit of a different coaching because you get to basically ask me questions every single day. You essentially get me in your pocket to answer all of your questions every single day, which I freaking love. Does anybody else have any other questions? I do want to show y'all my challenge board because I'm super proud of it. I think I need to put like the amount that we need to I think we need to work on, I think I need to add like how much we still have to go. So this is my board for my challenge. She says, thank you. I'm excited to catch you. I'm working on scraping up my money. I'm coming. Oh, no worries. I understand. So this is my 15K in 15 days challenge board. The one thing I will say, Liv, I haven't publicly said this, but there is a low cost offer on my email list. So if you're still on my email list, there's an offer that is, and I didn't want to say it publicly because it's an email list only. It's under $200 for a one-time coaching session. It's in the 100s, I will say, low 100s. If you just want to get a quick coaching session and help contribute to my challenge. I do think I had payment plans up for that too. Like if you want to break it up into like 2 or 3 payments, that is also available. And then the 90-minute strategy session is also there as well if you want to break that up into payments. But the less than $200 offer is there. If you're on my email list, the first email that went out on May 29th has the link in it. The first 2 emails that I sent has the link in it. If you're like, Crystal, I want that offer, just reply to any of my emails that I've ever sent you and I can send it to you. But your girl just trying to get her 15K and help y'all make more money, okay? And it's a really cool offer. I don't want to give it out too much. If you look at the board, you can see it. I just promised myself that it's an email only offer. Like you have to be on my email list to get the offer, okay? So anywho, I put my current total. So far out of the 15K, I've made $5,205.63. So that means, and let me get a red marker. Let me see if I have red. I do. So that means Oh, it was your birthday? Happy birthday. So that means to get to 15K, subtract 5205.63. So we still need $9,794.37. The other thing I'm gonna say is I didn't talk about this either, but I do have donations available. So if you wanted to help me hit the 15K, if you do a $25 or more donation, I'm doing I'm doing a Q&A session on June 22nd, like a group Q&A session where everyone can come on Zoom and just ask me coaching questions. And I'll answer at least one question from everyone if you donate more than $25. So that's also available on my page. I'm just trying to think of anything and everything that I can do to hit this 15K. I also am Instacarting. I also have affiliate income, and I'm also going to be selling stuff in my house. So I need to start listing this stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to do my best to try to do that tomorrow. Like my couch, I want to get rid of. I have a cat tree. I have a freaking wedding dress that I never wore. And I have a bunch of other things. Like if you're a planner person, I have a crap ton of Happy Planner stickers. I have some Happy Planner stuff. So I'm going to try to list a bunch of that stuff because it's about to be, I need to list that stuff tomorrow, so I have a few days to sell it. I'm also going to sell my washer and dryer because I don't need it where I'm moving, but I can't have that get picked up till the 20th because your girl need her washer and dryer right now. Okay. So anywho, this is how much we have left to go. And like I said, my first big offer is my content consistency and cash coaching. It's 9 months, and this is where I help you with your content the first 3 months, your consistency the second 3 months, and your cash. I teach you how to sell your ass off without saying bye in the last 3 months. Not only do we focus on pre-recorded content, we focus on your live strategy, your emails, pretty much everything that you need to do to have a holistic business to make consistent money. So that's 9 months. In that coaching offer, you get three 45-minute coaching calls with me every single month. And you get Voxer access. So basically, Voxer is when you can voice message and text message me every single day to ask me questions. You don't have to wait until our next call to get the support that you need. Okay? So then my second offer is the 90-minute strategy session. So if you're pretty okay with your content, but you're just not consistent with it, you're like, I don't know what to post all the time, I need help getting consistent, the 90-minute strategy session is going to help you lead with 30 days worth of content. I'll teach you my plan, batch, and schedule method, and we are going to plan out your next 30 days of content. You'll leave with your live topics, you'll leave with your emails, and you'll leave with your calls to action for the next 30 days, okay? And then my secret offer, you need to be on my email list to get it. I'm not going to say it out loud, but if you can read this, you can see the price of that offer, okay? And it's a one-on-one offer for this price right here, but you have to be on my email list to get that. So there's 20 spots available for this on my email list. There's 6 spots for the strategy session, and then there's 4 spots for my 9-month one-on-one coaching. I also want to put down here clients signed. So when I get new clients, I can write them there. I would love, y'all would love Voxer. It's like a walkie-talkie. Yes, it is like a walkie-talkie. Oh my gosh, I need to be where you are. I'll take the Happy Planner stuff. So I will make a post, and I'll share the post on Instagram and my Facebook page too about the Happy Planner stuff. And then any of the Happy Planner stuff that I'm going to sell, I'll show it on live as well. But I have a bunch of sticker books, and I have a bunch of classic stuff. So I want to kind of go through everything. I'm still going through my tote downstairs, and then I need to go through what I have up here, and then I'll list it so I can list it all together. I have the hole punch. I have a bunch of different discs. I have some covers. I have a bunch of stuff, and I'm like gonna sell it for a cheap price. You got to pay the price plus shipping. So this is my board. This is like my little thermometer. And Kinsley was like, why did you put 20K if you're trying to get to 15? I said, because mommy's manifesting making a little bit more. Okay, what if we make a little bit more? We didn't want it to stop at 15. But I also put down here, as you can see, my total for selling stuff, my total for Instacart and shipped, and then my affiliate income is what really put us over the top. I got this affiliate income that I wasn't even expecting, but then people was like, we're gonna give you this $4,853. And I was like, thank you, God. That got me a third of the way to my goal. Yeah, I have so much Happy Planner stuff that I haven't used in forever. So all that stuff will be for sale fairly soon. Like I have a bunch of little stuff that I just like want to get rid of. So my plan is to try to make $1,000 to $2,000 selling all this stuff that I have. So I need to start listing the stuff because June 15th will be here before we know it. And mama got to make this money. Hey, D. So this is the challenge board. After this live, I will also have a challenge recap video. So I've been trying to do a recap video every single day to show and tell everybody where I am in the challenge. So yeah, that's all the challenge details. So make sure you're on my email list. Go to KristenMaximizer.com, join the list. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, it's in my bio. If you are watching on Facebook and YouTube, it's in the description box. I'm almost done. I was actually just talking about the challenge. I was talking about my offers. Like I just went through everything. And yeah, so hopefully my goal would be to have the Happy Planner stuff up. Like the stuff I need to sell, I need to get that stuff up like ASAP. So maybe, I don't know when I'm going to come upstairs. Coming upstairs, I might just have to bring this stuff downstairs and go over it because I just want to make sure I have as much of it out as humanly possible. So I guess I need to try to have it like by Sunday, if not sooner, because Sunday's the 8th. I need to have it up sooner. So I'm going to try to go through it as fast as possible. Thank you so much for those gifts, Shay. I want to try to have it up as soon as possible so I give myself more time to sell it. But like the cat tree, the dress, the stuff that I have right now, I think I'm going to list that stuff on Facebook Marketplace tomorrow and try to get it up out of here because we need to add some more dollars to the board. I also won't be Instacarting again tomorrow because tomorrow is a fun day. I promised Kinsley every week we're doing a fun activity, and tomorrow we are going to the movies. She has a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment in the morning, and then we are going to the movies to see Lilo and Stitch because she wanted to see that. And then next week we're going to Legoland, and the week after that we're going to Disney with my sister and the beach. And then also I got to take her skating. So Saturday we'll probably go skating as well. So she's going to get 2 activities this week, 1 activity next week, but we also got to do our hair. Like I'm going to be doing her hair. I got to do my hair next week. Like there's just so much going on. And I got to make sure that I'm packing up this house every day. I got to do 2 to 3 hours in the house. So I won't be able to Instacart again until Thursday. And then I have a big goal for Instacart, like to make between $500 and $600 in 4 days. So my goal would really be to make $600 in 4 days on Instacart. But we'll see if Instacart be Instacarting. And if Shipt actually want to act right and actually give us some orders. So we're doing everything that we need to do to make this 10K more. We have $9,794.37 to go. Like it would be a miracle if we knocked out the 700 with Instacart, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We can get at least 6. 800 would be like insane. That would be a epic weekend if I was able to make 800, but we're going to shoot for 6 and see what we can do. Thank you, Muna. I appreciate that. So if anybody has any other questions before I go, I'm almost to my 1 hour. Let me see. Did I reach 1 hour yet? I'm trying to get to 1 hour because TikTok is like telling me like the longer I go live, I earn more points and stuff. So I think I have like 2 more minutes until I reach the 1 hour mark. So I'm going to stay for 2 minutes. So if you don't have any questions, was this helpful? Yes or no? Was this helpful? Biggest takeaway, use your calendar and put the time for your business and to create your content on your calendar. You won't be able to make the progress if you're not intentional. So decide your business is important and show up like it is. Put that time on your calendar and protect that time and get all the things that you want done. Okay? So I do want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I love going live, and I will be live again tomorrow. I'll be going live every day until June 15th. Thank you, Muna. Yeah, I'll be going live every day until June 15th. And probably a few days after that, I'll be going live. Probably until I have to go back to Baltimore for my next work trip. I'll be going live. Okay, I just hit an hour on TikTok. Let's see what they say. I be trying to earn my coins on TikTok too, but TikTok don't be TikToking. You're always helpful. Thank you. You're so welcome. Y'all are so welcome. Thank y'all so much for joining. I know that you have lots of choices when you are engaging with business owners and content creators on social media, and I definitely appreciate y'all being here. I would not be Krista Maximizer. My gosh, if I can talk, I would not be Krista Maximizer. Chris the Maximizer without the support and the follows and the encouragement. My platforms are pretty positive. I get a few trolly comments every now and then. I posted a grocery haul on my couponing channel this week, and I got a trolley comment like, "Where's your vegetables?" Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, shut up. But my platform is like 95% positive across all of them. But then every so often you get a little troll like that. And I'm like, I'll never understand people who take the time and energy to comment something negative. Like, you could have just scrolled away. Like, if I see something or someone that I don't like, I literally put not interested. I'm not going to take the time to send them a hate comment. And I know some of them be bots. I know that some of them are bots for sure. But like, some of these people are real people, and they took the time out of their day, out of their life to make a nasty comment. When I'm like, you could have scrolled away. When I see a TikTok I don't like, not interested. ASAP, not interested. Do not want to see. But I'm not going to comment, I hate whatever. No. Weird. Weird AF. So anywho, thank y'all so much for watching me. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate all the support. And we are going to hit this 15K. I feel it in my bones, and I'm super excited. And I'm also looking forward to all the new clients that I'm going to be welcoming in the next 12 days. So we have 12 more days of the challenge, and I'm so excited. And I think I'm also very excited to show up for myself. I've tried the 10K challenge 2 other times, and I gave up. But I also wasn't prepared. I didn't have a game plan. I was really flying by the seat of my I was flying by the seat of my pants, saying that I wanted to make 10K, but I didn't believe that I could. The difference between those times and now is that I believe that I can make this 15K. I know that it's going to happen. I've already decided that it's going to happen, and now I'm just showing up to get what I know is coming to me, if that makes sense. Whereas in the past, I was like, I'm going to make 10K in 10 days. But I was scared to say it out loud. I was scared to tell people. I didn't want people to think that I like had my hand out and I was begging people for money. No, I am trying to help you. I'm selling a service. I'm not just out here begging, give me money. I'm offering a service that will help me help you, and we both get what we want, you know? So in the past, I was like super scared to announce that I was doing the challenge. Like, I didn't have the confidence. I also didn't have a plan in place. My offers were way too low price. So it's like I would have to sell like 200 people because my prices were just too low. So it's like now I'm like, no, I'm going to have a high price offer. I'm going to have a lower offer, and I'm going to have a really low offer. So if you're on my email list, you can get that really low offer. And I'm going to have multiple ways that I'm going to be able to make money. Because right now we got about 6 streams of income. If we count the little, if you donate $25, you get the Q&A session. That's 7 streams of income for this 15K challenge. 7 streams. So I'm just really proud of myself for the preparation that I did, the motivation that I have, and pushing through. Like, I'm going to go live every day. And already on day 3, your girl was trying to quit. I was like, no, I don't want to go live. And it's like, girl, do it. I did it. And I got 2 new people to my email list. One of them booked a sales call, and one of them is going to be a client. And she said that was her first live watching me. So imagine if I didn't show up that day, I would have missed her. You're speaking it into existence. Yes. That is so powerful. It's so powerful. And I just feel like I'm in a different place in my life where I trust myself, my confidence is there, and I believe in myself a whole lot more than I did the last times I tried to do that challenge. And I also am not comfortable, but I also know that if, God forbid, I don't hit the challenge all the way, I'm going to be a lot further ahead than if I did not try at all. And I think that hits home for me. But I know I'm going to meet and exceed it, because how can I not? How can I not? It's already going to happen because I decided it's going to happen. You decide and you take massive action towards it. That's with everything in life. You decide whatever it is that you want and you take action towards it. I decided I was going to go to college. Nobody else in my family went to college. I decided, I took actions. Now, do I have a lot of student loans that I didn't know better about? Absolutely. But I decided I was going to go to college and I went to college. I decided I was going to move to Florida come hell or high water right after college. I moved to Florida come hell or high water with no money, no job. I had a place to stay. I had a car that paid me that I had 30 days to pay before the repo man was looking for me. But I made a decision and I went through it. And I was like, I know that the power and the confidence is within me. I just got to believe in myself. And I struggled with my belief for years because it's like, I know I can do this, but like, can I really? I know it's possible, but can I do it? Like, she did it, but I don't think I can do it. And now I'm like, I'm that girl. I will go and I will pull my numbers and I'll be like, I did this. Like, I've done this. I know my shit. And if I don't know something, I go and figure out how to figure it out. I'm authentic to myself. I'm honest. I'm true. I can do this. I can do anything that I decide that I want to do. I can do it. It might take time, money, education, but I can get what I want. I always get what I want. I always get what I want. I might not get it when I want it, but I always get what I want. But if I work hard and I show up and I do the work for real and I don't half-ass it or play around, I will always get what I want. And sometimes the confidence comes as a result of the actions. That's what I'm working on, the mental aspect of business ownership. I would have to say that's one of the biggest things that my business coach helped me with. My mindset. I was a true negative Nancy. It was always negative. Now I'm in my disgustingly positive journey, and it took me years to get here. So now I'm in a place where no matter how bad, ugly, nasty, dirty things get, I choose to see the positive in them. I choose to see the positive. And I talked to my sister about this. Depending on how big the situation is, you get an hour to bitch and complain. After that hour, what solution, what next step are you taking to move past this negative thing? Okay? What solution? So I'll tell y'all a real life story that happened like a month ago. Y'all know I have to move. When I decided that I was going to move because Kinsley got into the private school, I said, my only two things, and I had somebody helping me looking for a place to move. I said, the only two things are 3 bedrooms and a garage. I prefer a house, but I want 3 bedrooms and a garage. I started to look at the housing prices, and it was a lot more than what I'm currently paying for this house. And my personal credit is not the best because of past decisions I made, and the person that I used to be with, I allowed them to influence my decisions. So my credit tanked. Okay. So my credit is not where it used to be. And I used to have good credit, but my credit tanked. So I got discouraged because I'm like, all of these people are like, they want a 620 or 650. I'm not there yet. I'm close, but I'm not there yet. The income, I got the income. I'm making 3 times that, but the credit ain't there. And I was nervous. So I was like, I talked myself out of a house. After I knew I didn't want to live in an apartment, I talked myself out of a house and I went to go tour 2 apartments, okay? 2 bedrooms and a loft for my office. It was cheaper than what I pay right now. It was closer to the school, but it was 2 bedrooms and a loft. No garage, no 3 bedrooms. The other place had 3 bedrooms, but the community was not community in. And I was like, so I applied for the 2-bedroom in the loft and it did not work out. But before I applied, I said, Lord, if I'm supposed to have this apartment, let it work. If I'm not supposed to have the apartment, don't let it work. I was really excited about the apartment for 2 days. And then she called me and she was like, yeah, it's not going to work out. Mostly because of my credit. And after I got off the phone, I was like, okay. I was bummed for 35 minutes. And then I called my sister and I was like, whoop, wasn't meant to be for the apartment. I went back talking to the person that was helping me with looking for places. And she sent me a couple of places. And I was like, that new construction house, beautiful. 4 bedrooms. The sun was just coming in. I was like, I could record my videos with no lighting during the day. Like, I could just sit in my house and the sun would just radiate the whole thing. Like, I wouldn't have to use my lights. But it's a little bit further away from the school. So, like a 25-minute commute versus a 17 or 19-minute commute from the apartments. And I said, for more house, a brand new house with 4 bedrooms and a garage, I'm going to go see it. And then there was another house that was 2 bedrooms with no garage, super close to the school. But I was like, I need space. I need an office. This is how I make my money.
There's too many papers. So many papers. I have to like.
What time is it? Okay, so you can stop and then you can go take a shower.
Hi guys.
Can you go downstairs and turn the dryer one more time for my comforter?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I go downstairs, I'll put your clothes in.
Hi, Miss D.
Miss D might be gone. I don't know if she's still there. Okay, go do what you need to do and then take a shower because it's 10:15 and we're going to basketball tomorrow. Okay, go please. Stop playing. Come on, go. So close the door. Thank you. Close the door. I went to that 4-bedroom house, and when I pulled into the neighborhood, it was just like, this is your house. I have to get up and mom last week of school. Yay! Well, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Long story short, the 4-bedroom house is mine. Thanks, Liv. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm looking forward to working with you again real soon. The 4-bedroom house is mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's all mine. And I was like, this is meant to be. This house was for me. And that house had been available for rent for a long time. Like months. Okay? Brand new construction. Months. I got the house. I'm paying the deposit this week. We move in July. Beautiful house. Beautiful house. So excited. So, why did I start this story in the first place? Because I got rejected, did not have the best credit for something that I thought I wanted when that was not what the good Lord wanted me to have. So I could have crashed out in that moment, went crazy, but I just knew that wasn't the right thing for me. And I just knew that something better had to be coming. If it's a no, then something better is coming for me. Okay, bye Instagram. I want to be able to record for my vlog because I am vlogging today. But I just knew something better was coming for me. And it did. Something 10 times better. It's a little bit more expensive than the apartment. But I'm so happy with the house. So freaking happy. And I'm just so grateful. So be positive. Your mindset is everything. Work. Do the affirmations. Work on your belief. Get better. Because the thoughts that you think become the actions that you take, and your actions become your reality. If you're negative all the time, negative is going to come to you. If you're stressing all the time, stressful things are going to come to you. Everything's working out in my favor. Only good things are happening for me. And it's life. So everything's not going to go your way. Everything's not going to be so positive and so good all the time. But okay, I can take the negatives and I can keep it rolling. I can take the not so good things and I can keep it rolling. I'm protecting my peace. I'm getting what I want. I'm showing up. I'm serving my clients. I'm happy. But that being disgustingly positive has changed my freaking life, because I used to be a negative Nancy. I used to be glass half empty and woe is me, bad things are happening to me. That didn't serve me. That did not serve me. Okay? It did not serve me. But now in this positive era, disgustingly positive, like, you know, when people are so positive, you're like, ugh, that's how I want to be. That's how I am. Like, every single negative I turn into a positive. And sometimes me and my sister will be talking, I'm like, I know you don't want to hear this, but XYZ didn't happen because it wasn't meant to happen that way. Okay? So, I want to thank y'all. And I already said this once. I'm going to say it again. Thank y'all so much for joining. I know I just ranted and raved. I hope you enjoyed this live. If you're not on my email list already, please go to KristenMaximizer.com and get on my email list. Book a free sales call so we can chat about working together, so I can be your coach, help you be disgustingly positive, and create consistent content to make you consistent sales. Let's do it. And you can help me reach my 15K in 15 days goal. And if you're not ready for long-term coaching, there is an option for you to get a Q&A session, a group Q&A session, if you donate at least $25. So if you donate $25 or more, you get a group Q&A session on June 22nd. And that's just if you're like, girl, I want to help you reach your goal. And that link is on my website as well. So if you go to KristenMaximizer.com, click on work with me, all the coaching options are there. And the small donation is there too if you wanted to get that Q&A session to get your questions answered. And it's a group Q&A session on Zoom. So you'll be able to talk to me and I'll be able to talk to you, and I'll be able to answer at least one question from everyone. And then we'll go around again to make sure everyone gets at least one question answered. So thank y'all so much for joining, and I will see y'all tomorrow around the same time. Bye.